Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about how you can make a difference to the world when you're feeling like you can't make a difference in the world because there's just so much going on and you just don't know how to help or what you can do. But before we do, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. And if you want to craft your witchcraft path or just know more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice and you're just confused and you also want to be more confident in what it is that you're doing, do download my free video, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. With so much going on in the world right now, with war, with turmoil, with inflation, with famine, with all sorts of things that are happening. We've got huge astrological events, we've got stelliums, we've got squares, we've got conjunctions, we've got all sorts of things going on at this time. And so we are in incredible volatile times. It's a tough time. And a lot of people are feeling like they want to do something, but they can't, or they don't know what to do. Feeling maybe somewhat helpless or hopeless and just wanting somebody to do something about what's going on in the world. There's so many forces at play that it's very difficult for one person or even a small group of people, like a coven, to really do too much about what's going on in various places of the world. When you're dealing with energy and change, you need to match the forces in order to be able to make that change. So if you've got a lot of forces that have an intention in a particular direction, then it can be very difficult for one person to make an impact on that. So what can you do? If you can't physically go somewhere to another part of the world that you may be concerned about and do something, if you don't belong to an organization that's doing something to help those people, then what can you do? You can do something locally. You can do something to help locally. There's an old saying, think globally, act locally. And that was to do with environmentalism. So that would be making sure that you are being environmentally friendly in your own behavior and what you do. And if everybody around the planet did that, then we would have a very different environment. The same goes for love and peace and bringing that energy out into the world. Act locally, because that's a place you have more control over. That's a place you can do something about. You can help a neighbor. You can send energy to your local area. You can be doing work, magic work and physical work to help people in your local area. Everyone around the world, there's people everywhere that need your help. Even in your street, there are people that may need your help. There are charities that you can go to help out. There's ways that you can make a difference in your local environment, magically and physically. And if you focus on your local environment and how you can help in your local environment, if everyone did that with their local environment, the world would be a completely different place. So channel the energy into doing something that's productive in your own local environment. And that may just be helping a neighbor. You may live next to an elderly neighbor and they may need your help and assistance. They may need your company. Anything. It doesn't matter how small it is. If it's helpful, it's helpful. You can certainly get together with groups of people if you are in a coven, where as a group you can get together and send peace and healing and love to various parts of the world and to your local community. You can certainly do that. But know that if you want to make a difference in a way that makes you feel like I really am making a difference and you can see the results of what you're doing, do it in your local area. It will help the people around you and it will help you at the same time. And I know some people will say, well, what difference does it make? It's just a small area when all of this stuff is going on around the world. There's a beautiful story about a little girl who was on a beach and she was surrounded by starfish that had washed up on the beach. And she was picking up one starfish at a time and throwing it back into the water. Some adults came along and they said to the little girl, What's the point? You're not going to be able to save all of these starfish. There's too many of them. And she picked up a starfish and she said, well, it matters to this one. And she threw it back into the ocean. So even though she may have only been able to save a few starfish, those few starfish got saved, and she was able to help those few starfish. And if the adults had have gathered all of the other kids and the adults around the place and helped her, then a whole lot more of starfish would have actually got thrown back into the ocean. But the point of the story is that you may think that what you're doing on a small scale isn't helping the greater good, but it matters to the people you are helping. It matters to the old lady next door that you're talking to and giving her some company. It matters to maybe the homeless people that they've got somebody helping out in the soup kitchen. Whatever it is that you feel that you can do, if you are sending peace and love out into your local environment, then you're helping those people, those starfish. So think of it that way. It's how you can make a difference in the world. And if everybody did that, we would live in a very, very different world. We are each responsible for our own environment, and we can influence our own environment. So that's where we need to start. Think of where we are, where you are, and what you can do where you are. And if everybody does that, and there are people doing it in all over the world, we all do that, then we can make a change from that smaller level out and expand it out into the world. So still do your rituals, your group rituals, to bring more peace into the world and send it to various different places, but also do it locally as well. And you might start to notice a difference in your own life and also in the neighbourhood in which you live. If you do want to be part of a global community of witches and you want to learn witchcraft with me, take a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. The link is in the description field below this video. It's a 12-month course. It gets you practicing the craft rather than just sort of reading about it. It actually gets you practicing on a daily level and connecting to the elements, to the lunar energies, to the Sabbats, to energy work, magic, the deities. But you get to do it from a practical point of view where you're actually doing something rather than sort of trying to work it out on your own and not being very confident. This will help give you the confidence to be able to walk your path and practice your craft at the same time. The link is in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Blessed be.